Hello everyone again. Now I'm back again with the format of the notice. As in the previous videos I have told you everything about the important points which we have to cover while writing the notice. Okay, so those were the important points as I had described you the 5 W's. I have told about them, है ना? What are the 5 W's and what are the most important points which we have to cover in the notice. So this time we will see the format of the notice, the correct format of the notice, and you should never forget any of the important point of this format. Why? Because it will always help you to get a better marks. Okay, and any format, as you know that format of, if you are writing anything in a good format, so that will always help you to get better best marks. Okay, क्योंकि अगर आप सही फॉर्मेट में लिखते हैं तो आपको मार्क्स हमेशा ही अच्छे मिलते हैं ना. फॉर्मेट आपका कभी भी गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट कि फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगनिंग, है ना. व्हाइल राइटिंग द नोटिस, on the top of the notice, very important thing was that I told you that the box should be closed in a the notice should be closed in a box. Okay, so before writing this, or maybe after writing this, why? Because you won't know that before writing you will never know what would be the length of the notice, है ना. So after making the notice you can close it in a box. So let's start. First, on the top of the notice you will have to write the name of the institution or organization. So that means institution or organization, maybe if you are a student of any school, है ना, you might be a student, you might be the working employee of any organization, you might be the member of any club, and you are the head of that club. So if you have to give any information via notice, है ना, तो how would you write that? Then this would be the heading, and then first on the top of the notice you will write the name of your institution. Okay, see, and then you will have to write notice. Notice, that means this would be same notice ही रहेगा, so that anybody who's just giving एकदम slight नजर मारा उसमें, तो उसको he would come to know that it is a notice, an important thing that they should read, they have to read it, है ना. So people would stop to read it after reading this. Notice should be in bold. Okay, bold and broad, and always written in a capital letter. Why? Because anybody who is crossing through the board, है ना. Why? Because this notice actually every time we used to put the notice on a board, है ना. So anybody who is crossing through the board, passing through the boards, है ना, passing the board, so he would, if he would read this notice is written, so he would stop and at least he would read that, है ना. So notice should be written always in a block letters, capital letters, and always should be bold, and you can also underline it. Okay, like this. So notice. Now come to the never ever forget that the notice and everything. We can say that at present in grammar always whatever we cover that should be in a single block style. Okay, I have informed you in the previous classes also. So here also this would be covered in a single block style, है ना. See, first we will write the date. This is very important thing. Why? Because most of the student make such mistake. Why? Because you are the student of 11th class, so you should never make such a mistake. Okay, every time when you will write the date, so always the format of the date should be like this: 13 May 2020, है ना. You can also write like 13th May. So 13th May 2020, and both the things are correct, 13 May 2020, but never ever write it like 13 5 and 2020. This is the very important thing. Why? Because this pattern of writing of date, है ना, so it is the incorrect format. It is the informal way of writing the date. This is the correct format of writing the date. Okay, so when you will write the date, in the place of date where I have written the date, है ना, so you will have to write date here. How will you write it? 13 May 2020. Okay, so this is the correct format, this is the correct pattern of writing the date. Okay, so here first after writing the notice you will write the date, and then heading should be covered. Why? Because for what and what is the exact topic for you are writing a notice, है ना. So exact thing, exact message what you want to give, so heading will cover that important message. Okay, you will write that point, you will have to cover the heading, and you will have to write the heading of the notice ki what is going to happen exactly. This is the thing hai na. And what is notice about? Person who is passing through, so he would come to know that it is a notice, and after reading the heading he would come to know that this notice is about what. Okay, now come to the main body. This is called the body, about which I told you that should never exceed from the 40 to 50 word limits hai na. So this is called body, and it starts from the this is to inform. So we used to we usually we start the notice from this type of sentence hai na, this type of word. So this is to inform you all, this is to inform all the club members. So these are the example. I would give you so many samples and examples of the notices. Why? Because internally notice have notice has many type of kind of notices hai na. There are many types of notices. So this is to inform, and that should be covered not more than 3 or 4 line hai na. There shouldn't be 3 or 4 more than 3 or 4 line in the notices in the main body. Now come to the date. After writing the main body, these are the very important things I had described you in the 5 W's, that you will have to mention date. And in the same way, after finishing the main body, you will come to this point, you will write the date, and date in the same way as I had written in the earlier hai na. This was the date when you are going to put the notice, and when you are going to give the notice, and this is the date of the particular of the day on which you are going to do something. Suppose you are writing the notice on the 13th May, but the interview is going to be held on 17th May. So it should be 17th May 2020. This is the date of that particular day on which something is going to happen. Okay. Now time, that means suppose if the meeting is going to be held, so here you would cover like 2 PM है ना. 2 PM on sharp, at 2 PM you can write also, and 2 PM to जितने भी देर तक चलने वाली मीटिंग है. So you can write here venue you will have to write here venue है ना. Suppose the venue of the meeting is any hotel or any school, so you can cover it. So these are the very important things है ना. Every time when you are writing the notice, so these points should be mentioned. This is the basic difference. As I've told you in the previous videos that these notices will be different. You will find I will send you the types of notices also. So you will come to know there are various types of notices. Okay. So here, as in the previous classes, as in the notices you hadn't seen, I don't think so, there were date, time, venue hai na. You used to give the notice only for the any cultural activities, if you have lost anything, if you have found anything. So those were the notices you have gone through in the previous classes. But this time these notices have varieties hai na. These notice has variety of notices. So date, time, venue. Now after completing this date, time and venue, now you will have to write for further detail contact the undersigned. Undersigned, that means the person to whom you will have to contact hai na, and who is writing the letter. Suppose here for further details you will have to write the further detail contact the undersigned. Matlab if you are interested to apply for the job, you are interested to go for the interview, so now you know on which day it will be going to it will be held, and on which time, and the place also. And here it is written that ki isse bhi zyada, if you want more information about the interview hai na, so you can call the person, you can contact the person. Here would be the sign. So that means here, why? Because you will write the notice, and in the question if it is given that you are something, your name is given, you are Arpan, you are Arpita, so what will you write? You will sign here, you will write your name in the bold hai na, bold letter, capital letter, and then you will write the designation. Suppose you are something manager of a company and you are giving the notice, and you are an employee of company, so you will write the designation. Why? Because you are writing the notice for any interview. Interview is going to to be held, so you will have to write the name and then designation of yourself. So these are the very important thing that should be covered while writing the notice hai na. And there are various types of notices. So every time small pattern will be changed, nothing, not so many things will be changed, but the small things will be changed है ना. So I will tell you and I will give you some examples also. Okay, see, there are one more important thing, that the format always, है ना. Format, that means if you will follow the exact format, that means you will get 1 to 2 marks always. Content, always, if the notice will come of 6 marks, है ना. Suppose here I have written this, suppose if the notice is of 4 marks, so format will cover 1 mark, कंटेंट विल कवर 2 marks, एंड एक्सप्रेशन मतलब ये मेन बॉडी है ना. मेन बॉडी में व्हाट इज योर एक्सप्रेशन, मतलब हाउ यू आर राइटिंग, सो दैट शोज एग्जैक्टली द एक्सप्रेशन, है ना, व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग इनसाइड. So expressions give the 1 marks, है ना. expression, so 1 marks of the expression, 2 marks of the content, and 1 marks of the format. So these are the things. Okay, so these students, this is the format of the notice you have seen, है ना. In the next video, or I will send you some examples of every different kind of notices, है ना. As I have told you, there are different type of notices. So first I will send you the types of notices and example of each type of notices. Okay, so now I hope ki you must have understood the notices, है ना, important points of notices, how to write the notices and the format of the notices. So आपको जब अगली बार notice आए, तो I hope you will get the full marks, है ना. So enjoy your day. Okay.